He was looking for a best man who was capable of charming you with his spectacular wit. They had staggering charisma and dazzling personality. Well, the search continues, but I'm here. I'm stepping into the shoes. I'm the man. Someone once told me that giving the best man's speech is a bit like snogging the Queen. It's a real honour, but you really wouldn't want to do it. But you know, in all truth, since I heard that Callum was getting married, I've been looking forward to this day for a long time. And since he asked me to be the best man, I've been looking forward to the speech for a long time as well. You know, Callum grew up in a place called Scarfsbury, which is near Thurso. And he grew up amongst some animals as well as his family, obviously. Sheep, goats, ducks, and hens. So you might say that he likes animals. He also has a little collection of cuddly toys. Animal cuddly toys. So Julian, I'm hoping that in the marital bed there'll be room for the two of you. Because I can't see him kicking out Fluffy, Ted, and Slinky. Well, you know, today I've got a few different animals, cuddly toys, not the real animals. Okay, that kind of would be wrong and inappropriate. I've got a few different cuddly toy animals that remind me of some stories about Callum. So I want you, just like the generation game, I want you to give a cheer when the cuddly toy comes out. Okay, so here's the first one, it's an elephant. An elephant. Now, the reason I have the elephant is not because Callum has big ears, but it is because of the ears. And the ears remind me of a habit Callum used to have. He used to do this. Okay? He used to suck his thumb and fiddle with his ear. But you know, even worse than that, sometimes if you were sitting beside him on the couch, he would start to fiddle with your ear. So Gillian, watch him. I think Gillian looks like he's fiddled with her ear. Yeah, I think so, yeah. And you know, I have to disclose something today as well, and that is that once I was sitting on the couch with Callum, and this is hard for me to say, but he fondled with my ear. Touched it. I was 21 at the time. So there you go. Well, Callum, now you're married. Make sure you're not touching anyone else's ears. Okay? You're allowed to touch Gillian's ears. Okay. So there you go. The elephant is the first cuddly toy. Callum's fascination with fiddling with ears. Okay, the second cuddly toy I have is a penguin. Give a cheer for the penguin. Now, penguins are famous for swimming and diving. He knows what's coming. The fact that the penguins dive reminds me of a story about Callum. As a group of young people, maybe in our early 20s, we went off for a weekend away to a place called Whitehall Park. And we were all looking forward to an afternoon of swimming. And we were all in the pool, just having a great time. And Callum was in the changing rooms just getting ready. It was like an episode of Baywatch when he stepped out of the changing room. Came out in his red Speedos, his chiseled abs. He's ready to dive into the pool, and before anyone could stop him, he dived into the shallow end. Now, thankfully there was no major injuries, but later on that night he had two massive black eyes, and he actually, this is true, he actually had the tile print, one of the tile prints on his forehead. No, is that true? It is true. And the worst thing about it was that a week later he was graduating from Heriot-Watt University. And he refused to put any cover-up on his black eyes. So forevermore, if you see his graduation photo, he's got these two black eyes. But one thing I would say is at least this rule about not wearing makeup hasn't lasted until today. And I think we'd agree that the makeup artist has done a lovely job. And I think he's looking stunning, definitely. So that was the second cuddly toy, the penguin. The third cuddly toy, there we go, is the panda. Okay, the dog got it. The dog got it. Okay. It's the panda. Now, obviously, the panda reminds me of the panda eyes. But the panda also reminds me of Callum's previous cars. We've been hearing a lot already about how Callum takes care of his cars. How he's just so sensible when it comes to driving. Don't believe it for a second. Callum has killed 2 pandas. Fiat pandas. He's killed 2 pandas. He's owned a number of pandas, but he's killed 2 of them. In fact, Callum's killed so many pandas that when I was thinking about buying a second-hand one for my wife, I got a phone call from the World Wildlife Foundation checking that it wasn't Callum. An endangered species, you know. Gillian, I think you should do more of the driving, personally. I think so. Okay, just a couple more. The next one, give it a cheer, is the orangutan. The orangutan, there you go, mate. Now, orangutans have ginger hair. This was coming a number of years ago, when I shared a flat with Callum. He decided he wanted a bit of a makeover. So what he decided he would like was peroxide blonde hair. No, seriously, that was when he had hair. Now actually, some of his friends in Aberdeen are saying that he's getting some work at the weekends as a, if you know football, some of you might not, but as a Rafa Benitez lookalike, Liverpool manager.
That's so true.
But anyway, he decided he wanted a makeover, and he wanted peroxide blonde hair, and he put the dye on. My sister did it, and the dye was on for 45 minutes, and then they went through to the toilet, and he was away for a rather long time. And then when I went through to see how he was getting on, his hair had gone fluorescent ginger. And I used the word fluorescent, it was see you Jimmy Hat ginger. And he was absolutely mortified. At that point he said, has anyone got a Bic razor? I'm shaving it all off. But then later on decided to dye it back black. Gillian, if Callum later on has a midlife crisis, which probably isn't too far away to be honest. Make sure that he doesn't go for any crazy hairstyles. Last quickly, Chloe, you'll be glad. Give it a cheer. It's a dog. There you go, mate. Now, a dog is a man's best friend. And as Callum has said already, that he thinks I'm one of his most trusted friends. Well, Callum is my cousin, and I will say today that he is my best friend. I've got so much respect for Callum. He's one of the best. He's loyal. He's got integrity. He always keeps his word. He's one of the good guys. He's one of the good guys. He's the best. He's got a strong faith in God, and God has been so faithful to Callum in his life. Callum has taken some hard knocks. Callum lost his mum when he was quite young. Callum had real problems with his leg over the years, and it's amazing that he still has that leg. It was a real healing miracle. There was a stage when it looked like he might have to get it amputated. But he's been so strong in his faith through all the knocks and through the valleys. And Callum really has been someone who's been an inspiration to me. And I don't say that lightly. That's not wedding cheese, it's the truth. He's one of the good guys. He's one of the good guys. Gillian, you've got a great guy. You know, he might be a cross between an orangutan, a dog, an elephant, a penguin and a panda, but he's one of the good guys. And you know, getting to know Gillian in recent days as well, she's just such a lovely person. And you're going to be a great couple. And God has amazing plans for your life. Just want to leave a verse with you as you begin your married life together. It's from Genesis chapter 1. Go forth and multiply. Go. Please do. In all seriousness, this is the verse I want to leave with you. It's Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 2. Run with perseverance the race that is set before you, fixing your eyes on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith. God bless you both.